Hey everybody, welcome back to Red's Homestead. I'm Red. Thank you for stopping by to watch. Well, we made it through the storms from last night. It got really bad. Carlos is wanting to join in the video too. So it's come back to be cold again, and that means we can put our garlic and our onions in, and that's what we're going to be doing today. All right, so we've got our white and red bulbs. The roosters know I'm out here, so they're going to be hollering. Here's our garlic cloves. Got some of them. I saved the garlic. Carlos, stop, dude. I saved one to show you guys how I do the pulling them to cloves. You can see this one right here. It's already wanting to grow. Come on, dude. Oh, lost my camera. Here we go. Roots come out of there. So basically what I do, if I can get Carlos to move. Come on, dude. Standard clove. Take my thumb, side of my thumb now, and just go down the grooves. You'll hear it break and crack. There's multiple layers of clove. You want to see how it'll just start to fall apart. You want to come out. And just carefully from the top, if you can grab one, pull from the top down, and it should come off pretty, something like that. Once you get down to another layer, do the thumbnail trick over in the little spaces, break those veins, whatever. Pull it apart. Look at that one's already got some green on it. That's two. We'll break that apart. That one's got some green coming on it. Pull the whole bottom plug off if once you get down so far. Just snap that whole piece off, and then they should all start to break apart pretty simple after that. And that's a big one. All right, and going with them will be our bone meal, which is high in phosphorus, which is the middle number. Anything that's a bulb related loves phosphorus more than anything. Back up. So we're gonna take this box here, probably split it in half, other way. Put the garlic over there, we'll put onions over here, and we'll get started. All right, so last year, when we did our onions, we were just digging little holes and putting some phosphorus in there and dropping a bulb. Well, that takes a really long time. So I think this year what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna make trenches and sprinkle my phosphorus in there and then just drop a bulb and cover it up. I think that'll be much faster, much efficient. So I'll go ahead and just make me a little trench here. They only need to be about an inch or so deep. Inch, maybe two. All right, we'll take our bone meal here. I've got a measuring shot glass in here that I use. Kind of looks like that. It just helps me control. I'm just gonna lightly come down my phosphorus. make sure that the uglier part of the bulb is down. That's where the roots will come from. The little part with the little alfalfa on top of it, that's the top. We just need to make sure we lay them front side up. These should go about 3 inches apart. Cover them back up lightly. Alright, and I'll take another bulb and just set on top to remind myself where that line is. And I'll just move over it a little bit and do another one. Now, I will say it does help in future production to plant the same thing in the same spot every year. Just turn it up, you know, turn the soil. Because if you're doing this, putting phosphorus down heavy, and let's say next year you want to grow peppers or something that's very greeny, like lettuce or something, it's not going to look good and it may not even work. So make sure you always keep your grow boxes the same thing, so that way the soil for that crop will just continue to get better. This will be the second year we've done onions in this space of the bed. So there's already phosphorus from the last harvest or the last grow. Slide you guys down. So that's pretty much how I do it, and it's pretty simple. I'm going to zoom through all these and we'll come back to the garlic. All right, we've made it to the other side of the grow box here. Just show you guys. We went through this whole space here with rows of red and white, more red than white, but I'm starting to run out of space before I even got my garlic in. So we're about halfway in the grow box here, and for the rest of the way over it should be about half. So I've got less garlic than I do onions. So we'll go ahead and start doing the garlic now. And like I said, some of them are already got green on them. Really like it. But I'm just gonna do the same thing. Make a trench, put the phosphorus in there. And just like the onions, like I said, green always goes up. So when you lay them down, I always just lay them down on their side like that with the green pointing up. These will go about 2 inches apart. That one was kind of hard to tell which was up and down. Now this garlic I got from Tractor Supply, so I don't know if there's different species of garlic to where like Walmart sells these the exact same cloves, you know, but I don't know if it's a different species, and I don't know how well it'll grow from clove. So for garlic planting, these were kind of expensive. Compared to just going and buying a garlic at Walmart or something. If there is different ones, let me know. And that would be helpful. All right, so just kind of something like that right there. Put a clove down to remind me of my line. I'm using about a full shot glass worth, which would be, I don't know, it only goes up to 1 ounce. Oh, the chickens. How are y'all doing on the egg shortage? I keep posting memes on like jokes and stuff, but there really may be people out there suffering with no eggs. Having chickens isn't so bad. Having roosters is where you start getting problems. And I've got 6 of those problems. I'm sure my neighbors don't hate my chickens. You'd think living out here in the country, look at that. That one's got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think. Oh yeah. They just come apart. How sweet. That didn't even sound like a rooster. It's like they just sit and talk to each other all day. But anyways, yeah, I'm sure my neighbors hate it. If you don't have chickens and you want to get chickens, just know your neighbors may hate you. But when you live out in the country and you live out in the county, out of the city, you would think people would be more partial to it. But no, they're not. These may not do nothing. All right. I think we've got enough for one more row. Well, I hope everybody was okay through the storm last night. We thought it was going to get super bad here, but we just got a lot of high winds and a lot of rain. The town next to me lost power, but I'm sure they've got it back on by now. I'll go ahead and put our last row of onions in. That was definitely going to be a producer. That's how I do it. We'll get in here and water these in real good. Okay, onion and garlics are down. Here is the raspberry and blackberries we did in the last video. I've still been giving them what's left of their recharge. Just think about it as like baby food. No wilting, they didn't go through too much hard of a shock. Raspberries definitely look better than the blackberries. Maybe they'll bounce back a little more. We did get a, let's see. We went to Lowe's and got Resilient Seedless and this green one. And I've got them in this pot here. I didn't bring my cutters, so I'm going to have to cut this zip tie off later to get that plastic off. Had a nice vegetation growth right here. It was probably 3 inches long and I knocked it off, so hopefully it'll come back. This one's still doing good. I'm gonna water it in as well. I gotta turn the water on. Let's get this watered in real good. I do recommend you doing if your grow bed or grow space has been sitting all winter and you haven't messed with it. I would definitely start to water it down a couple of times before you plant, because it will make your grow bed very hydrophobic. You need to break that tension before you plant. I will be adding more dirt as these come up. We'll be sprinkling more dirt because I'd like to get the grow beds even with that piece of wood right there. They've definitely settled. Says the temperature is 36 in here. I think that's cold enough to plant onions and garlic. Okay. And there she is. Come over and give this a little bit of water. Gonna have to think of something really clever with my grapes, because the June bugs got them last time I did these. One of our grow boxes here has lived its life, and this one's probably on its way. So we'll probably end up building something more permanent here in the front here as our herb boxes. That's kind of what I want to do down the side here for the potatoes. I want to turn this whole section here all for potatoes. I think that would work out nicely. That way we can expand the garden the rest of the way to the fence there. But alright guys, that's how I do it. Onions and garlic. We'll see what happens. Cross our fingers. And I'll see y'all next time. See ya.